As Michel jogged along the desolate beach, the rhythmic crash of waves providing a backdrop to his run, he stumbled upon an unusual sight: a giant steel tube, out of place against the serene backdrop of sand and sea. Puzzled, he circled it several times, the sheer magnitude of the structure gradually dawning on him. And then, with a sudden jolt of realization, he sprinted back towards his car, his mind racing faster than his feet. Gasping for breath, Michel dialed 911 with trembling fingers, his voice barely above a whisper as he described what he had found, resulting in the operator calling in army specialists. But before we start, smash the like button, subscribe, and don't forget the notification bell so you never miss any of our upcoming stories. Michel barely got a word out when he was on the phone with the 911 operator. He was so exhausted and out of breath from running full speed back to his car. The operator was starting to get convinced that this was a prank call, but Michel started talking to her just in time. Theft needed to send help to the beach. Michel tried to describe his find the best he could, but it was not easy as he had never seen anything like this before, and he was still hesitant about what the giant object actually was. The 911 operator was still debating if Michel was just a crazy person not worth her time, or that he was genuinely concerned and needed help. Either way, it would not hurt to send an officer over to him. If he was pulling her leg, then they could give him a big fine for that. And if he was actually telling the truth, then maybe the police officer could shed a little more light on the strange find, as she was getting much wiser from Michel's description. She also asked him if anybody else had seen the object, but Michel told her that he had very much doubted that. The part of the beach he was running on was not exactly well traveled by other people. He actually came here because it was always completely empty. To get here, you have to drive at least half an hour from the nearest city. It was also not that warm today, so there was even less reason for people to go to the beach, which made it also difficult to determine how long this construction had been here. Michel had run on this beach about 2 weeks ago, and at that time, there was no sign of this giant object, so it had to have been washed up or placed here in that time period. But if nobody else had seen it in that time, he had no idea when this could have happened. For that, he would probably have to go back to it and have a closer look, but he was understandably hesitant about that. When he got close to the object, he had a bad feeling that it could potentially be dangerous. Through his quick inspection, Michel had guessed that this was a giant container of some sort, and maybe it could hold harmful or even explosive contents. He was afraid that getting closer to it again could potentially cost him his life. But the 911 operator told him that was unlikely. Something like that would not just end up on a random beach somewhere without people being aware of it. That seemed nearly impossible to her, and Michel believed her very much, even though it would eventually turn out that this woman had no idea what she was talking about. At that time, she did not really believe Michel and just wanted him to stay near the spot the police were headed to. After some talking back and forth, the 911 operator managed to convince Michel to head back to the object and wait there for the police. And Michel himself had to admit that all this talking about it had also made him more curious. The more he thought about it, the more he realized that he actually did not really have a clue what he was dealing with, and he was getting eager to find it out. Maybe he could have made an incredible discovery here that could make him a lot of money or make him famous. Whatever was on that beach, it was something noteworthy, and he wanted to be associated with that find. So he caught his breath again during the conversation. He hung up the phone and started quickly jogging back to the object. Even though it was very big, he could only see it when he got relatively close to it, due to the object being right behind a sand dune on the beach. Once you get to the top of that dune, you actually look down on the object. And even though Michel knew what to expect this time, his jaw still nearly dropped to the floor. It was much bigger than he remembered. He again felt a bit of hesitation about approaching the object. Michel really took his time to really take in the scene. Whatever this large structure was, it was going all the way into the sea. He could not see how long it was because it disappeared completely into the water. Michel started to speculate that it might have come from the water in the first place. Something like this could not just come falling from the sky, and there was seemingly no evidence of this giant structure having been dragged across the land. Maybe some high tides would have already erased these tracks in 2 weeks. But where would the object even have come from if it had moved across land, and how would nobody have seen it? Nothing about this scene made any sense to Michel, but he could learn no more from just standing on the sidelines watching. He had to get up close and feel what the hell he was dealing with here. And so he slowly walked closer to the large pipe until he found himself right next to it, feeling even more intimidated by its size than before. From up close, he could see that the giant pipe was actually fairly damaged as well, like it had stood the test of time somewhere. But other parts of the structure looked to be brand new, as if they had only come rolling off the production line yesterday. The duality of it baffled Michael, and he was in for even more of a surprise when he touched the side of it. Michael's initial touch on the object contradicted his expectations. He had anticipated cold, hard metal, but was met with a surface more akin to hard rubber. Its unexpected texture stirred questions about its buoyancy and origin. Could such a material have allowed it to float to this remote beach? This discovery added an intriguing layer to the mystery, pushing Michael to reconsider what he had found. Drawn in by the object's unusual nature, Michael scrutinized it further. Its vast size was impressive, and its structure, complex yet damaged in parts, hinted at a mysterious past. Each detail he observed only deepened the enigma, leaving him to wonder about its journey to this desolate shore. The contrast between its weathered sections and seemingly untouched parts was particularly puzzling. Seeking insights, Michael captured a photo of the object and turned to the digital world. With a mix of trepidation and hope, he posted the image online, captioning it with a question about its identity. He hoped the collective wisdom of the internet could shed light on his find. This digital inquiry might just unlock the secrets of the mysterious object's origins and purpose. After sharing the photo, Michael waited with bated breath. He kept refreshing his phone, hoping for a clue from the online community. Each new comment notification brought a surge of anticipation as he yearned for an answer to the mystery lying before him. The digital world's vast knowledge pool was now at his fingertips, ready to unravel this beachside enigma. As minutes turned into hours, Michael's posts began attracting more views and theories. Some were far-fetched, others more plausible, but all contributed to a growing buzz. The flurry of online activity mirrored Michael's own mix of excitement and unease about what lay hidden in the object's history. Each new theory added a layer to the mystery, fueling his desire to uncover the truth. The serene beach atmosphere was abruptly shattered by the unexpected arrival of the police. Michael, still engrossed in the online responses, was taken aback. He had anticipated a routine check at most, not a sudden flurry of law enforcement activity. The officer's swift and focused approach suggested that this was no ordinary beach find. Their presence marked a dramatic shift from Michael's initial solitary discovery to an official investigation. Upon their arrival, the officers wasted no time. They quickly assessed the situation and began cordoning off the area surrounding the mysterious object. Their decisive actions, marked by urgency and precision, made it clear that they perceived the object as more than just beach debris. Michael watched, a mix of apprehension and curiosity mounting within him as the beach transformed into an active investigation site. Michael was soon ushered away from the object and into a police vehicle for questioning. The officers' inquiries were methodical, probing for every detail of his discovery. They seemed particularly interested in his initial interaction with the object and any observations he could provide. Michael complied, realizing the gravity of the situation. Each question seemed to peel back a layer of the unfolding mystery, drawing them closer to understanding. The decision to close off the beach was made swiftly. Barricades were erected, and the public was barred from entry. This development underscored the potential importance of what Michael had stumbled upon. The usual calm and solitude of the beach were now replaced by a sense of urgency and restriction. The transformation from a peaceful morning jog to a restricted crime scene was stark and disconcerting. Caught in the midst of this unfolding drama, Michael found himself far removed from his usual tranquil morning run. He was now at the heart of a situation that was rapidly evolving, surrounded by police activity and shrouded in a veil of mystery. Seated in the sterile environment of the police station, Michael's attention was drawn to the incessant buzzing of his phone. It was an unrelenting reminder of the growing public interest in his beachside discovery. Each vibration signaled a new notification, a new expression of the public's fascination with the mysterious object he had found. This relentless digital chorus underscored the widening reach of his discovery. Compelled by curiosity, Michael checked his post, which had now catapulted into virality. The post had become a nucleus of intrigue, gathering views and sparking debates far beyond Michael's initial expectations. The story of Michael's find had quickly escaped the confines of social media and caught the attention of various media outlets. News channels and online news sites were now broadcasting and writing about the mysterious object on the beach. This surge in media attention amplified the story, propelling it into the public eye and making it a topic of widespread discussion and intrigue. Amidst this whirlwind of attention, Michael found himself inundated with messages and calls. Intrigued netizens and eager journalists bombarded him with a barrage of questions. Each new call and message sought to unearth more about the object, its origins, and Michael's encounter with it. The sheer volume of inquiries was overwhelming, reflecting the intense curiosity his discovery had sparked. As the day progressed, the mystery surrounding the object only deepened. With every passing hour, new theories emerged and public interest swelled. Michael, once a mere beach jogger, now found himself at the center of a spiraling enigma. Despite clear instructions from the authorities to stay away, Michael's insatiable curiosity lured him back to the beach. As he approached the once familiar terrain, a sense of defiance mixed with anticipation coursed through him. This uncharacteristic act of rebellion was driven by an overwhelming need to understand the full extent of the situation that had unfolded. Upon his return, Michael was greeted by a scene of utter chaos. The tranquil beach of his morning run had transformed into a frenetic hive of activity. Camera crews, reporters, and onlookers crowded the area, each trying to catch a glimpse or a snippet of information about the mysterious object. The beach had become a magnet for curiosity and speculation, far removed from its usual peacefulness. During the commotion, the overwhelmed authorities struggled to maintain order. Police officers moved through the crowd, attempting to cordon off the area and manage the rapidly escalating situation. Their efforts to control the influx of people and media were visibly challenged by the sheer number of individuals drawn to the mysterious discovery on the beach. As soon as Michael was recognized, he was swarmed by reporters and curious bystanders. They bombarded him with a relentless stream of questions, seeking insights into his discovery. Camera flashes and microphones were thrust in his direction, making it clear that he had become an unwitting central figure in this unfolding story, much to his astonishment and growing discomfort. Michael was stunned by how the quiet beach had turned into a scene of chaos after his strange discovery. While navigating the crowd, he received a mysterious call from someone with detailed knowledge about the object, raising the stakes. Sensing the seriousness, Michael handed the call to police, triggering a swift evacuation of the beach. Left alone in the eerie silence, he reflected on the deepening mystery. Soon after, a team of experts arrived, their specialized equipment and confident demeanor hinting at the object's importance. The team worked methodically to secure the pipe to a tugboat, their actions drawing renewed attention from curious onlookers. As Michael watched, he considered a maritime origin for the pipe. The experts' efforts brought the community closer to understanding and resolving the mystery that had disrupted their once peaceful shore. The expert team efficiently attached the mysterious pipe to a tugboat, their precise coordination transforming the peaceful beach into an industrial operation. As they worked, signs confirmed the pipe's maritime origin, shedding light on its sudden appearance. Crowds watched in fascination, while authorities kept them at a distance and began clearing the beach to ensure safety. Eventually, the tugboat began towing the pipe away, ending its mysterious stay and restoring calm to the shore. The team acknowledged Michael's key role in reporting the pipe, expressing sincere gratitude for his alertness. As the beach returned to normal, Michael reflected on the extraordinary events that had unfolded from a simple morning run. With the pipe vanishing on the horizon, Michael felt a mix of closure and awe. The story seemed to be ending until representatives from a transportation company arrived, hinting that more revelations about the pipe's true origin were still to come. Company representatives gathered the crowd to explain that the pipe was part of an overseas construction project, offering clarity on its appearance. They revealed it had been lost during a storm at sea, giving the mysterious object a dramatic and plausible origin. As they shared more, the story grew into an international one connecting global trade, engineering, and nature. Their explanation tied up the mystery, giving Michael and the community closure. The media shifted from speculation to fact-based reporting, and the beach slowly returned to peace. Though the mystery was solved, public fascination remained. Now informed, people discussed the pipe's journey with admiration. Michael felt proud his simple morning jog had led to a discovery of global reach. In the calm that followed, he reflected on how the experience had transformed his life and left a lasting legacy in the community. Thank you for watching. If you like this story, don't forget to hit the like button, subscription, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our upcoming stories.